You may remember you were here last time that Retro Bear was boring the pants off you with his CD collection. Well, I'm afraid to say that we carried on recording and there is another 40 minutes worth of material to go, so we are going to be showing you that now. You may want to sort of, get some aspirin or, some sort of sedatives. That'll probably, maybe some alcohol, which may sort of numb the pain as we carry on the journey through the CD and CD single collection. As I said at the end of the last one, there are still plenty of CDs to go, and also the CD singles. I just felt it was better to break it up and rather than make you sit through an hour and a half of me talking about stuff which is really crap. At least I can split it into two things. So those of you who watched the first part may want to watch the second part. And for those of you who thought one part was enough can completely ignore the second part, and then someone else will come along. So let us resume the story as we join our hero as he continually talks about some of the music in his collection. Hope you enjoy it. Really good. Apologies, Roland, if you're watching. That was terrible. Now this one here, again, mentioned classical music. This is Harry Enfield's Guide to the Opera. You might think, what on earth is that? There was a short-lived one-series television programme on Channel 4 in 1993 when Harry Enfield was popular again. He was exceptionally popular towards the end of the 80s, then he went very, very quiet. Then he came back to the BBC, they had Harry Enfield and Chums, which, depending on which side of the fence was brilliantly funny, or nothing different than what Dick Emery was doing 20 years previously. But he went to Channel 4 and he did a series about opera music, so he's a big opera fan apparently. And it's just a load of opera tunes, which he's put in there. Of course, the programme, he sort of interspersed with a few sketches with Paul Whitehouse, which, yeah, they're all right. But it's more about educating people about opera and things like that. So you've got La Traviata, Turandot, Rigoletto, Don Giovanni, La Bohème, The Pearl Fishers, which is a fantastically brilliant duet, The Marriage of Figaro, Carmen, Madame Butterfly, and Tosca by Puccini, who also plays for Lazio. What have we got here? This one's probably a whim. This is left field. Something called Rhythm and Stealth. Yes, that well-known album that I know a lot about. Macro, $10.99. I bought a CD in Macro. Probably the only one I know off this one was Africa Shocks, which was had the legendary Africa Bambata providing vocals on it. That was after sort of some of the other stuff they did. I can't remember. I can't remember I bought that. Why did I buy that? I don't know. We saw them earlier. They're back again. This is Sleeper and the It Girl, which had a few more things like Sailor of the Century, What Do I Do Now? Nice Guy Eddie, I think, was the third single off that one. That was the second album. Pictures of Louise over in here. He says as the CD falls apart in his hands. But I think she went into writing, but there she is. Let me see her. See Louise there? Louise weighing up. Right, yeah. I think she went into writing fiction. Didn't she have a career as a writer afterwards? There's some more photographs of her there. Next one, I'll try and work out where I am with this. And there, sitting there. There we go. So you can see what she's all about. Yeah, that's a nice guitar-driven indie pop. Very pleasant to listen to. And you don't break the case, of course. So my Bee Gees, this is the One Night Only album that they did as a one-off concert. Again, all their classic tunes on this one. Massachusetts, To Love Somebody. I'm not going to go through them all again. There's a duet on here called Our Love Don't Throw It All Away, which they use intersperse Andy Gibb, their late brother, in there as well, which is really nice, touching tribute. 24 tracks recorded live. Yeah, good that was. I think the has access to Sky Arts. So it pops up every now and again on the 2-hour block. Now, if I could recommend one album to you, if you're thinking, what could it be? It won't be that one I've just seen there. It's this one in my hand, and this will be Kylie Minogue. Oh, you're recommending Kylie again, Retro Bear? What a surprise! Well, this was an album I think called Impossible Princess, and they had to change the name back to Kylie Minogue because it was released It was due to be released around the time Diana, Princess of Wales, was killed in that car accident. So they changed it to Kylie Minogue. I think she had Kylie Minogue. She had, the first album was called Kylie. The third album I think she released, or fourth album she released, where she was on the front cover with the glasses on, that was called Kylie Minogue. This one's called Kylie Minogue. How many more albums are called Kylie Minogue? But this is the one where she went a bit bonkers, and did Some Kind of Bliss, did it again, Breathe. Now those were the 3 singles from it. There was one called Cowboy, a Cowboy Style as well, I think, which don't even count as a single. But listen to it. This isn't pop Kylie. This isn't, fluffy Kylie. This is sort of like Kylie trying to be a bit cool. And again, like Monster, the R.E.M. album, this is now somewhat considered to be a bit of a hidden classic. And I've got the limited edition one with the little holographic cover on it. There you go. Give it a go. It's worth it. Some Kind of Bliss is worth it just for that. It's Kylie doing indie guitar pop. It's a great piece of music. Look it up on YouTube, because there's a video with her and Dexter Fletcher, because he's in it. Doesn't sing, but he's in the video. But that is worth it. Kylie Minogue, or Kylie Impossible Princess. Go and give itself a listen. It's brilliant. And Did It Again is a great pop tune. And Breathe, they turn into a fantastic dance tune. I think they slightly the one that came out was slightly different to the album version. I think the one that came out and single was slightly quicker. Even so, brilliant piece of music. Here's somebody I used to, again, I used to follow music, and I used to go through music, and I used to read Q and Select and some of the other indie publications, probably not Melody Maker, maybe read the NME possibly a few times. But I used to sort of go through, and they used to recommend all these pieces of music, and you should listen to this, you should listen to that. Okay, yeah, great. So I did. And there was one album called Whatever by a singer called Amy Mann. And they recommended that. And I got it out of the library, because at the time I was reading all these magazines. I was a student. So I could get them with what they used to call the Key to Leisure, which was basically sort of discounts off leisure centre things. But you got to go in the library, and you can, sort of rent CDs and tapes from there for like half the price it would do. So I literally spent most of my college years in the library taking all these weird and wacky albums out and listening to them, because Q said, oh, listen to that, it's brilliant. And they were quite up to date with a lot of the releases. They had like literally new releases a couple of weeks after they came out. So I got Whatever by Amy Mann out. I thought, this is really, really good. So I think for one year for Christmas I said, find that one. So this is Amy Mann's I'm With Stupid, and it's not quite as good. Everyone says it's not quite as good. It does contain 2 great songs on there, Sugar Coated and Super Ball. Yeah, just a bit of a letdown, but it's good. Again, a guitar-driven pop, really good stuff. But check out Whatever. Whatever is a really good album from her. I think she's still making records to this day. Possibly the last great album Madonna made, A Ray of Light, because just wasn't the same after this one. Features Ray of Light, which looks amazing in denim in that video. She really does. Frozen, which I'm not a very big fan of. All the Power of Goodbye, but a lot of them. But also features a drastically underrated. I urge you to go and listen to it when you get the chance to. Nothing Really Matters. It's superb. It's proper Madonna. It really is. But I think probably her last great album. Music, I think, was not great after that. The great thing about Madonna albums is you can always tell which are the good songs on there, because they're the ones that come out as a single. She knows what the singles are going to be. The rest of them, though, are pretty good, and they could be singles they want it to be. But they sort of stand out a lot better. Some people, you listen to tracks and think, oh, that should have been an album, that should have been a single, that should have been a single. You may know nothing about it. I don't. I know that for sure. That's why I'm sitting here talking to you, showing all this tat off. What have we got now? Okay. I'll do this one very, very quickly. Why is that still in here? The Power of Bop and Where's the Love. Oh, well, Where's the Love's a great song. I don't care what anybody says. Where's the Love's a great song. Yeah. I did double check and just try and make sure that that was the one that I own, because I found a load of Mrs. Bear CDs, and I've got to be honest with you, that one is one of mine. I'd like to say it's one of hers, but it wasn't. I know. What do you expect? I buy fishing and horse games. I'm going to have a Hanson CD in there, aren't I? This one I've never ever... Again, something like that listening to listen to. I used to go into HMV and Virgin. I used to listen to all the new stuff that was coming out. Oh, I used to be so into music, so into it. And I walked into Virgin at Sheffield when I was at university the one day, and I heard this playing in the background, and I sort of stayed there for about 20 minutes just listening to this album. I thought after about 4 or 5 tracks, I thought, yeah, I'm buying that. And I've never heard of them ever since. And this is an album called We Are Puppets by a band called Tiger. I've never heard of them since. But if you go onto YouTube, you can actually, if you type in Tiger or On the Rose Tiger or Tiger on the Rose, you should find a clip from MTV's Most Wanted with Ray Cokes. That's how far we're going back on this one. But yeah, I've never heard of any of their records before or since or after. I've never heard. I don't know if they're still together or not. Probably not. This was like 25 years ago. But Puppet Pal, Bollinger Farm, On the Rose, all really sort of like heavy guitar driven songs, and just a complete departure to what I was listening to at the time. But yeah, so Tiger, We Are Puppets, give it a listen. This is Suggs the Lone Ranger. I think purely purchased on the base, not purchased, asked for Christmas on the basis of I'm Only Sleeping and not Thethelia. Yeah, I used to like Madness. I don't know why I got that one. This is another compilation. I love my old style music, I really do. So this one here is Musical Wonderland, which is the music from the official original motion pictures digitally remastered. And I mean, you know, if you like your old time music, this is fantastic. You've got things Singing in the Rain, There's No Business Like Show Business, Wonderful, That's Entertainment, Stranger in Paradise, which is a beautiful duet. Easter Parade, Lullaby of Broadway, Get Happy, Honeysuckle Rose, They Can't Take That Away From Me, Baby It's Cold Outside, For Me and My Gal, Putting on the Ritz, As Time Goes By, Over the Rainbow, Can't Help Loving That Man, The Trolley Song, Gigi, Lady is a Tramp. And that's probably about as far as... Be a Clown, that's a good one. And One for My Baby, One for the Road at the very end. If you like that sort of stuff, that's why I bought it. But I do. I can just sing along with that. I love my old sort of musicals and... The same musicals, the films of the 30s and the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, which were, you know, sort of feature singing and dancing. They are musicals. No, they're not. You know what I mean? They're sort of like, you know, comedy musical type things. You know, things with Fred Astaire and Gene Kelly and Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney and things like that. Love all that stuff. Yeah, that's why I've got that. This one I can't even remember actually listening to ever. It's a shocking state as well. It's Beth Orton's Central Reservation. And Beth Orton did a song called Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? And I thought, I like that song, so I'll just buy an album. And honestly, I couldn't tell you what's on there. I could read them out the back like you do on the Just Dance thing, but I got no idea what that is. I mean, the right is Propeller Heads. That's Propeller Heads. Decks and drums and rock and roll. And that's exactly what it is. 2 standout tracks on this one. They've done a remix of Her Majesty's Secret Service, a classic Bond theme, and they've also done a song with Dame Shirley Bassey, or Shirley Bassey as she's known then. History Repeating, absolutely superb. She's brilliant on that. What a set of lungs Shirley Bassey had, and to go with that sort of like high energy dance track is just superb. Tom Jones can do it, so can she. Daft Punk. Around the World's probably the best one I know off that one. I'm not sure why I got it. I think this was before they did some other stuff which became more popular. There may be one on there I'm probably can't think of at the moment, so I don't know what the titles of the songs are, but yeah, I used to like stuff like that. But the big one from the Chemical Brothers was this one, which is what's it say, Dig Your Own Hole. And this one starts with block rocking beats, which is just a fantastic piece of music. best opening to an album, I think. Up there, certainly. Setting Sun is also another one. Honestly, after that first bit, it sort of falls down, but yeah. Block Rocking Beats, brilliant. Just turn that up when it kicks in, bump, you're in a different world. It really is. What have we got here? This is not quite as good. This is Garbage version 2.0. Not quite as good as the first one, I'm afraid. Although it does have, I think I'm Paranoid When I Grow Up. And probably something else on there, I don't know. But not as good as the first one to me. And went off after this one. Wasn't keen on that album at all. Probably missing out on a classic, but who cares? What have we got here? 45 classic number ones. But they are classic number ones, I think, anyway. Okay, The Lady in Red. Okay, we'll draw a line under that. I'm not sure, again, I just asked for these, used to ask for these sort of things at Christmas and sort of, buy me one of these. Return to sender, good vibrations, you wear it well, you're the first and the last, my everything, keep on running. Do or diddy? Yeah. It's not unusual, the house, the rising sun, sunny afternoon. Yeah, it's all the stuff you expect. And then he gets like, hit me with your rhythm stick, completely comes out of nowhere. You've lost that loving feeling. Something in the air, Thunderclap Newman. Because there's something in the air. That one. I used to work at Wilkinson's when I was a college. And has his tape on repeat, and that song used to be on there all the time. And then Bridge Over Tunnel Water, Tammy Wynette, Stand By Your Man. Yeah, it's a bit of a disappointing one, this one, to be fair. The classic Bacra was the Spanish duet of lady singers from the 70s with Yes Sir, I Can Boogie, Boogie Voogie. Odyssey, Use It Up and Wear It Out. Fantastic. Rivers of Babylon as well. Losing, yeah, I don't know, with 45 classic number ones, they weren't, to say great number ones. This is Republica. Everybody will know Ready to Go, because that's been used so many times on other programmes. And Drop Dead Gorge is the other one off that one. They've got some strange tracks on here. Track 2 is called Bloke. Track 3 is called Bitch. Track 4 is called Get Off. Track 8 is called Rap, and 10 is called Holly. Obviously short on... Yeah, that was just bought on a whim, I'm afraid. Ready to Go was great. The rest of it wasn't. The Cardigans, again, not something I'd usually buy. Gran Turismo, which features my favourite game in a Raise Rewind. I wasn't a big fan of that. I think everyone loves my favourite game, you know. Yeah. Because you just go around singing it, don't you? Oh, compilations, shortly. Eternal, Always and Forever. Better album. That's the first one. I used to play this non-stop. I used to play it so much that the CD doesn't open properly anymore now. And I'm pretty sure at one point this was slowing down. If you get played that much. But there's some great songs. Stay, Save Our Love, which I think is a lovely song. And Just a Step from Heaven, but listen to this version, don't listen to the single version. I remember sitting there thinking they've got to release this one. They've got, you know, Let's Stay Together is a good cover version. I think they've got to release Just a Step from Heaven, and when they did I was so disappointed. Wolverhampton Civic in 1997, I went to see them, supported by Michelle Gale. It is the only concert I have ever been to. I don't get out much. More Sheryl Crow for you. This is the If It Makes You Happy album, called Sheryl Crow, funnily enough. And I can't read any of that because it's too dark. And before that one, there was this one, which is Tuesday Night Music Club, which is when she was still doing sort of country sort of ish music. So you've got Run Baby Run, Leaving Las Vegas, which to me is best track on this album. The Nana song, which is quite catchy. All I Want to Do is the big one off this one. That's one that sort of put her on the map and sort of made a crossover into that. Also, it's got this limited edition one as well, which is quite good, which features the rather worryingly titled Reach Around Jerk and Volvo Cowgirl, recorded at the Shepherd's Bush Empire. the holy trinity of jokes there. Reach Around Jerk, the Volvo Cowgirl, and Shepherd's Bush. You can imagine you're all rolling around the floor at the moment. What have we got next? A Crowded House. Again, they live. This is the best of Crowded House. And it has Weather With You, Fall At Your Feet, Locked Out, Don't Dream It's Over. 4 Seasons in One Day, Distant Sun. Yeah, so there's big tunes off that one. Again, Chocolate Cake's not on that. Should be. But it's not. The Grid. Does anybody remember The Grid? A song called Swamp Thing, which is basically sort of like a banjo, not quite Deliverance, but very, very similar, being placed over a dance soundtrack. It's very, very popular for about 5 minutes in 19, whenever it was. Well, I bought the album based on it. There's also a song on there called Roller Coaster, which is really good. And it's a great song to get really trashed to. And then just put it on and just imagine on a roller coaster, the room's spinning. You like, so you're going out absolutely hammered. Put your headphones on, lie there, put that on and go, and it's sort of like, yeah, it's great. It used to be anyway when I used to drink. And there's a song there called Texas Cowboys we ever used to rave about as being the standout track on that album. I hated that song. It's My Life, Sash. What a great album this is. Features the sound of Encore Une Fois, It's My Life, Ecuador, and 2 remixes of Encore Une Fois on Ecuador, but also the standout track on this one is Stay. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. Stay by Sash. Go and features Lautrec. But I'm not sure, Mysterious Times, which Sash also did with, I think, with Tina Cousins, I think it was. These Are Mysterious Times. Great song. But yeah, Stay. By far and away the best song on that album. That used to get a hell of a rotation. We're getting close now. We're getting close to the end. More Beth Orton. This is called Trailer Park. And again, I have absolutely no idea what any of those songs are on there. I've probably never even listened to it. This was disappointing. Madonna's Greatest Hits Volume 2, which is nowhere near as good as the Immaculate Collection. The Immaculate Collection, the sound to my school trip to France in 1990. This, though, gives you an idea of just how sort of the hits had sort of stopped. Deeper and Deeper, Erotica, Human Nature, Secret, Don't Cry For Me Argentina, Bedtime Story, The Power of Goodbye. It's just getting a bit sadder as you go along. Beautiful Stranger, a bit of a return to form, Frozen, and Take a Bow. Ray of Light, yes, Don't Tell Me What It Feels Like for a Girl, and then Drowned World, Substitute for Love, and then Music. It hasn't even got Nothing Really Matters on it. I don't know, that was disappointing. I've got no idea why I've got this one either. I think I just like bands who used to play weird music with weird instruments. This is Gomez and Bring It On, which I think I probably bought on the basis for Whipping Piccadilly. I'm pretty sure that's got sounds like a kazoo and some other strange instruments in it as well. It's like bands like Mercury Rev used to bring out something like slide guitar, and I used to love things like that. I'd buy it just on the basis of that. Can't tell you any more about that other than that. But they were very popular with Gomez. Jerry Halliwell, Schizophonic, yeah. We had a bit of a falling out after this one, I'm afraid. She Went Her Way and I Went Mine. Look at Me. Chico Latino, which I think was the big song off this one. Bag It Up, which was not so good. Yeah. We sort of fell out after this one. We don't keep in touch anymore now. It's a bit sad. But she's got her life, I've got mine. You know. Her a minor celebrity, me a minor YouTube celebrity. Amazing how our paths go that direction. Lisa Stansfield, Naturel, So Naturel, which was probably one of the big songs off this one. Yes, it was. I don't know any of those. I can't remember any of those off there. Probably not quite as good as the other one that we showed you about an hour ago. That was much better. I think everybody had a copy of this at one point. Fatboy Slim, You Come a Long Way, Baby. which has some amazing tracks on Right Here, Right Now, the Rockefeller Skank, Gangster Tripping, which is probably my favourite one off this, and of course Praise You with that Christopher, was it Christopher? Well, wasn't Praise You, wasn't Christopher Walken, was it? Now that was one of the people who's dancing in the video, which I didn't like Praise You anyway, and that video even put me off even further. But yeah, the Rockefeller Skank and Gangster Tripping off that one, absolutely brilliant. Good old Norman. Again, everybody bought this one. I didn't buy the first album, but I bought the second album for some reason, and I absolutely hated it. This is Alanis Morissette. So this is the follow-up to Jagged Little Pill, which sort of blew the world away. And then this is a supposed former Infatuation Junkie, and the only track I can tell you I've heard off that one is Thank You. She making a comeback or something? I know on the radio a few weeks ago she was making a comeback. Jagged Little Pill, everybody used to love, and I think yes, it's some great songs. I've put 4 or 5 singles off it, but this one, no. Problem is when you make a good first album, you can't follow it up sometimes. Like Lena Marlin, whoever she is, she made a song called Sitting Down Here, and I can't tell you anything else about her. I'm not even sure where I've got this one. This is U2 The Best Of. I wasn't even a massive U2 fan, so it's got all the, Pride, With or Without You, I Just Haven't Found What I'm Looking For, Sunday Bloody Sunday, Where the Streets Have No Name, and then it's got 2 of my favourite songs on there, When Love Comes to Town and Angel of Harlem from the Rattle and Hum albums. But they were like so U2, it was unbelievable, and I quite like those. When Love Comes to Town with the B.B. King on it, and of course Angel of Harlem was just completely brass driven, not U2 at all. I'm not even sure I've asked for that. I asked for that at the time. Yeah, get me that for Christmas. That's we're talking about Catatonia earlier. That's the first album that they released with. I can't recognise any of the tracks on there. That's number 4. No, I don't know any of those. But that was released before International Velvet. A couple of Synthetians for you, because I do like that. This is the one album, I think as far as I know, the one album that she did. Sarah Cracknell, Lipslide. She was the lead singer in Synthetian. Hard to believe this was like 23 years ago now. Big single off that one I think was Any More. I say big single, that was the only single I know she released off it. Famously one year climbed the pole at Glastonbury, from what I understand, to coin the phrase Sarah Cracknell's crack. Yeah. And then the last Synthetian album I bought, which is also I think the last normal album I'm going to show you tonight, which is Synthetian Sound of Water, which is when they started going a bit sort of commercial. So Sound of Water, Boys Crying I think was the big one off this one. They just made this lovely sort of pop music, and then they made a song called He's on the Phone, and then it just went a bit commercial. So I've got some dance compilations to show you. I love my dance compilations. Best house anthems ever. Music sounds better with you. You don't know me. Needing you. Can't get enough. You got me burning up. Good life. Love on love. Tina Cousins killing. Time Ultranate found a cure. Kenny Dope presents the Bucket Heads with the Bomb. Playing with Knives, 99, Bizarre Inc. Music Sounds Better With You by Stardust, Right Here, Right Now. And then Paul Van Dyke for an Angel. Carl Cox, Future 2000, Push Upstairs Underworld. Karen Ramirez, Looking for Love. And Out of the Blue, System F. 2.5 hours of classic house, I think. I must admit, I'm looking at all these numbers. I ain't got a clue who these are. The Best of Dance 97. This gives you an idea how far we're going back here. Dario G. Sunshine. Sash. Tori Amos Professional Widow. Didn't say window. Professional Window. Tori Amos. You're Not Alone. Freed from Desire. Closer Than Close, Remember Me by the Blue Boys. Remember that video? Go and look it up, because I'm about to do something now and go like that and go. Yeah, anyway. Used to get a lot of laughs back in 97. That Ooh La La, Get Up, Go Insane. I remember Stretch and Vern. Yeah, sorry, I'm just getting distracted by this. That's got the Encore for on Fab Bellissima, You Sexy Thing, The Source featuring Candy Staton, You Got the Love. That was, of course, the song that's now been more made famous by Florence and the Machine. Lisa Stansfield mentioned earlier, People Hold On. It's got that on here as well. Moby's James Bond theme. Oh, he did a really good job on that as well. Robert Miles, 1 and 1, Basement Jack's Fly Life. Yeah. Answers on a postcard if you know any of those. Club Cuts 97, number 3. I think only 3 number 3. And again, it's from that sort of era, so you got things like It's Like That. The Adventures of Stevie V, Dirty Cash. That's an old one, isn't it? Chicane Offshore 97. Don't know many on that one, I must be honest with you. Can't understand where I got that one. Club Mix 98. And I can't read the writing on this because it's terrible. Good grief, I can't read any of that. No, I can't read any of that. So that's sort of bad. And finally, the best club anthems ever 2K. So this moves forward a little bit to 2000. So we got Tocca's Miracle, Tell Me Why, Don't Give Up, Madison Avenue's Don't Call Me Baby, Sex Bomb, The Time Is Now, Moloko. We mentioned Lane and Marlin earlier. We mentioned Sash earlier. They're on here. Moby's Natural Blues, Blow Your Mind, Lock and Load, Jerry Halliwell, Back It Up. That's on here. Side, Craig Dayton, Fill Me In. God. Artful Dodger. Oh dear. Spiller's Groove Jet with Sophie Ellis Bextor on the vocals. Yeah, some right rubbish on that. I've thrown all the good ones away. I had loads of stuff loads of dance compilations from around about that era. So disappointing. So those are the albums I have left. That's a bit of a sorry collection, isn't it, really? I'm going to whistle the CD singles on it. Oh, sorry, I had to clear all the Rolf Harris and Gary Glitter ones out, sorry. Right, okay, so we're just going to whiz through these very, very quickly. Because I appreciate you've got other things to do, better things to do than sit here and this sorry collection of music. So, these are CD singles. These are singles I picked up over the years, which I've still got left. So we've got Death in Vegas, Aisha, which had Iggy Pop on vocals. I mentioned that song about Cindy Uncle's He's on the Phone. I thought, well, I better buy it and support them, because I hadn't heard it, and it was rubbish. And it's still rubbish. Entrance featuring Ricardo de Force and Staying Alive, because I love anything with a 70s soundtrack. Actually, I love anything with Staying Alive in it. I've never heard these people before, after, or since. A band called Space Maiden, Baby Come On. No idea what that is. You can't even find it on YouTube. I never even heard of this one either. Adelante by Sash. One of his records I don't know about. How did I buy that? I must have heard it once. Can't Get Enough by Soul Searcher. A number of remixes on there. Very Rare Thing, a Santetian single. This is Sylvie. There's Sarah on the back again. Nelly Furtado's Hung Like a Bird. You'll never hear that again properly. I'm Like a Bird, sorry, probably her best record by far and away. I didn't realise I had a copy of that. I'm quite happy to found that earlier. I was like, yeah. I bought this one for comedy reasons, because it's just great. It's from the Something About Mary at the end of the film, Build Me Up Buttercup. Absolutely belting song. And what you forget about the Foundations is they made, Baby, Now That I Found You, I Can Let You Go, which is also on here as well. But me and my mate Jim, who sings songs drunk when we've got together in the past, Build Me Up Buttercup's one of those that came on rotation. Sing by Travis. Not even sure why I've got that. Never liked Travis. One of my favourite dance tracks of all time, Sandstorm by Darude. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I forgot I had that as well. So I found some of these. We're quite happy to find them. I also found this one as well. The Spice Girls, Viva Forever. Which I don't even know why I did, but I get the impression it had got... I say it's got the impression. It got interactive elements on it, has it? Yes, it has. Because there was a video on it. And you can see with that particular video, they were sort of done as fairies. Like a cartoony CGI type thing. Lovely haunting record, this one. All Mine by Portishead. Wide variety of stuff on this one, because I loved it so much. Gangsters Tripping by Fatboy Slim. If you've ever seen the video to this, or you've never seen the video to this, go and see the video to it, because basically it is this song playing with loads of stuff being blown up. But when I'm saying stuff being blown up, I'm on about like chairs and tables and like cookers and things like that, just completely different. Makes nice to relax to, like at the end of a long day. I didn't even got this one either. This is Made It Back 99 by Beverly Knight. I told you to go and buy this one. I'm going to tell you again. Nothing Really Matters by Madonna. Go and listen to it now. In fact, if anything, this has got a really bonkers video. So what I'd like you to go and do is watch this, right? Go to YouTube, find this, Nothing Really Matters. Watch it, listen to it. Go and eat some cheese. For about half an hour before bedtime, do this. Go and eat some cheese. Then watch this again. Then go to bed. And have pleasant dreams, because the video is bonkers and everything in it is bonkers. And yeah, I don't think she's ever looked better in that video than she has in some of her stuff. Yeah, it's weird. I challenge you. Rhythm Masters Heavy Soul, which all I can remember was being a very sort of guitar driven dance track, but that's all I can remember about it. I can't even vaguely remember this one. BMR featuring Felicia, and check it out, everybody. Runaway, New Yorican Soul featuring India. Not all of India, just probably somebody called India. I don't know much about that one either. Love this one. Muse, Plug-in Baby. Not a massive Muse fan, but that was a good song. Epic dance record, this one, Live Enjoy Dreamer. One for ages. This one was bought for me because they knew I'd like this sort of thing. This is one of Peter Kay's Children Need Ones. This is the animated all-star band singing Can You Feel It, Don't Stop, Jai-Ho, Tub Thumping, Never Forget Hey Jude, and on One Day Like This. But it's got all your old cartoon pals from when you were a child. You know, Bagpuss and rainbow characters and Postman Pat and all sorts. Video was great. Peter Kay was good doing stuff like that, you know. But I forgot this. I got this one as well. Not Alone. Bernard Butler used to be in Suede. He did a song with Dave McAlmont called Yes, which is a brilliant sound. Brilliant sound. This one was him going his own, Not Alone, and it's really, really good. Happy Times. I remember that song. Happy Times. Suede's Electricity. This was after Bernard Butler had left. I'm not sure I've got that one. I quite like Suede. Not the Material. Slugs, I'm Only Sleeping. Black Grape featuring Joe Strum and Keith Allen, England's Ivory. This was their song that they released for the 1996 European Football Championships. There was this one, and there was the original one. I think there was one with the Spice Girls as well. Was that afterwards? Or was that World Cup 98? It might be World Cup 98. But finding this afternoon made me realise that I've actually lost my Black Grape album, the first one I had, which is an excellent album. Shaun Ryder, after he finished with the Happy Mondays, wasn't it? I think it was. And brilliant. I love Shaun Ryder. I've got a lot of time for Shaun Ryder, even though he probably won't be able to remember anything. But yeah, that's actually not bad. That's not bad. It's not actually a football song, as such. It's alright. Yeah, I love the video to this. I think the fact that it's got Warren Beatty looking really sort of like trying to look hard in the front there, as if he's from the hood. This is Ghetto Superstar Pras Michelle featuring Old Dirty Bastard and introducing Maya, who we've never heard from ever again since. There was this film called Bullworth, I think it was. And it's just a... As soon as Old Dirty Bastard gets involved in the middle, it gets a bit silly. But yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun. Sheryl Crow doing Tomorrow Never Dies, probably the best Bond theme you don't know of. And that's not me being a Sheryl Crow fan, that's just me saying it is a very good Bond theme, Gene. Sarah Cracknell's Anymore, which came from the Lipslide album I showed you earlier. Everybody was singing. I don't care what people say about this song, but everybody was addicted to this back in '99. Lou Bega's Mambo No. 5. Come on. Of course, he's died of syphilis now, but... Spice Girls. This is also the other Viva Forever that came out. And also, unbeknownst to me until earlier on today, I didn't realise there was a free poster inside. Which is, I don't know, so all intact as well. It's great, isn't it? Now the on the other side. Yeah, I didn't even know I got that. 3 to go now. Rue de Silva featuring Cassandra, not Earth, Money, Fools and Horses, and this is Touch Me, which is a massive tune back in the day. Touch Me in the morning and Last Thing at night, I think. And I've got 2 copies of this, but they're slightly different. Moby's Why Does My Heart Feel So Sad? What a great song. That's got the remixes on. That's the original one. Why Does My Heart Feel So Bad? One of the... great song, great song. Lovely video as well, really sad video as well. We're there. We're done. That's it. If I start going through my MP3s, we'll be here till Christmas. Mind you, we've got nothing else been going on between now and Christmas anyway, have we? That is if there is going to be a Christmas this year. We just don't know, do we? I hope you enjoyed that. I'm not sure that's turned out how I thought it would do. I don't know. But anyway, I've enjoyed that. I must admit there was a lot more there at some point. There was a lot more. There may be another box somewhere within the house. I don't know. I'm not sure there will be. If it is, it's in the loft, and I'm not going in the loft just yet. But if I do find it, I'll do a follow-up to this. That's a bit different. So that's not really me doing my favourite albums, because I really honestly couldn't tell you anymore. I just can't remember. And I don't own stuff like that. I've got 3 or 4 good albums there, which definitely maybe certainly is one of those, and some of the other ones I mentioned that I can't remember now. No Doubt, Tragic Kingdom, yeah, but I can't remember any more than that. But I hope you enjoyed that anyway. You've had a bit of a laugh. Honestly, don't take that seriously. I appreciate that. It's a really sort of crappy music selection. And there's some real skeletons in there as well. But I hope you enjoyed it. It's something a bit different to try and take away the boredom of the bank holiday when you can't actually go out and do anything. So stay in and watch me talk crap. But there we go. That's it. So thank you very much indeed for watching. If you have enjoyed that, go look at the other stuff I do, because that's what I do on a regular basis. I'm going to try and slip maybe one of these in every couple of weeks, which would be quite good, trying to do something a bit different. If you have liked it, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and flick the notification bell, which will tell you when new videos are going up, if YouTube is working correctly in these rather strange times. I'm very pleased that you've come across the channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much indeed. Not the usual stuff, but I hope you enjoyed it. But remains to be saying to me, don't forget, Sunday nights at 7 is a new TMB gaming podcast. Hope you've been enjoying those and leaving comments, and please encourage us to do more, because we love doing them. But that's all for now. Thank you very much indeed. This is the Retro Bear, who has been speaking to you live on air from the gaming pantry. Until next time, take care. Bye for now.